It's been a minute, and today, it's time for what I'm buying. I got a bunch of mail. It's been piling up, everybody. Got like at least 2 months of mail here. MTG pickups. Some of these are for decks. Some of these are... I know there's at least one card in here that I think is underpriced that I figured, you know, I'll buy multiple copies of it. I don't need this ear thing in. We're going to open all this mail as we get into Bloomborough. So these are pickups from MH3 and before. I even saw some stuff in here that was LCI. There are pickups in here that are for one of my current favorite commander decks that I'm currently building. I'm going to talk about cards that I bought for that deck. That is an MH3 card. Let's get into it. Oh, shit.
Big thank you to all of our channel patrons that power the channel through Patreon. Your continued support means the world to us, so thank you for everything you do.
Before I get into this, I'm going to talk about our channel sponsors. Big thank you to Card Conduit, the best place to go to sell your singles. Use their buy list to get the most out of your collection. Save your time and turn your unused singles into cash using Card Conduit. TCG Player, for all of your buying needs, if you're picking up singles, don't do what I did, which was there's a card in here that I paid $15 for. Then I went over to TCG Player and I was like, holy shit, the card is literally $5 here. I overpaid by 10 bucks. So make sure to shop around from different sites. Don't just sit over on eBay and be like, oh, you know, I have an account here, or I have some money in PayPal. Make sure to go check around. Save your money from bad decisions using TCG Player. Drip Shop, where you're going to find us at least once a month, giving away a bunch of whatever the current set is or whatever one of the most recent sets are. Make sure that you use our Drip Shop link in the description of the video. If you haven't signed up there, they're going to give you a first-time cash bonus. Spend it on our stream or someone else's, but definitely use our drip sign up and come catch a drip stream. Dragon Shield for all of your sleeving needs, because Dragon Shield is just amazing. We've been using those sleeves since the beginning of the channel and we'll continue to do so probably until long after we're dead. I don't know how that will work, but that's what's in the script. MTG stocks for tracking the long-term price of your cards and making educated buys. Their notifications and the charts that they provide on each individual card is going to give you a really good idea of historical highs and lows. So definitely check out MTG Stocks Premium. And then finally, Moxfield. Moxfield for organizing all of your decks. Also, big shout out to all of our patrons that power the channel through Patreon. Those are all of my plosive sounds for the video. My P noises. Patreon. Positive. Powering. Now that we've made it through all the ads, I'm going to open the package and then I'm going to talk about why I bought that card and what price I bought that card at. First thing we got in here. What do we have? Oh, this is from Joel. Okay, so this is actually not a purchase. This is something that he sent me. We opened this on a stream. Wooded Foothills. But, you know, I can talk about this. All of these cards right now are extremely cheap. I'm talking about the fetch lands from Modern Horizons 3, so don't sleep on these. These are honestly going to be hitting all-time lows and continue to hit all-time lows. So if you were not there to get the Onslaught fetches when they were reprinted in Khans of Tarkir, definitely put them on your list right now. Not financial advice. I'll just set that over here. Let's keep this moving. Oh, Tree of Perdition. So this was $5 and I just bought it because it was extremely cheap and it's a foil. And I was like, you know what? I want that tree. It's a pesky little tree. Near mint foil, but I did check it out and it does look like it might be lightly played, but I'm not super worried about it. But it's a OG Innistrad. Let's see how the camera... I'm on a new camera tonight, so let's see if the camera can really pick up. And it's pretty fresh. Jeez, it honestly... Using my phone as the webcam is just... It's shenanigans how much nicer it is than using my normal webcam. But we'll set this over here. So, $5 on the tree. Bird. Okay, so this is a card that I was just talking about. Made a bad buy on this. I recently gave one of my friends a retro bird for his birthday, and I was like, you know what? That was my only retro foil bird that I have. I want to buy it back. I saw it for $15, I think is what I paid for it. Let me see here. I have it on eBay. Where are you, birdie? No, $9.49, $9.49. So I didn't overpay for it too much. But then I went over on TCG Player and I saw it for like $5. And I was like, Jake, patience. Use a little bit of your brain. One wrinkle from it and just search around a teeny tiny bit. It would have been a good idea. Oh, this is a fun one. All right, so picked up a foil Japanese doubling season. I know what the card does, but this was the most inexpensive version from it. When I started seeing some of the BLB spoilers, and I was thinking, you know, there's so much token and counter synergy that I'm seeing in this set. Looked at the offspring mechanic. I was like, I am going to pick up that doubling season for $24.90. Just added that to the collection. See what else we got. Oh God, I should have looked through this before I try to talk about why I got a reform. This did really well for me in limited, and I wanted to have a foil of it. Yikes! Oh God, paid 99 cents for that. The way I feel about reform is not. Oh, this is great. Yeah, that's right. I went on this reform kick. This is nice. Reform is not a card that is an uncommon effect. However, they printed it an uncommon in Modern Horizons 3, and every time I've played it, it has been an absolute house. I wanted to make sure I got the foil tokens from the set. Let's see what's on the back of these just for shits and giggles. Ooh, a germ and a servo. Okay, cool. But these are my reform tokens. It's the fish and the whale. And I think I already have the kraken. Something, unleash kraken. Set these to the side here with reform. Okay, so I did talk about there were going to be a couple things that cards that I thought were kind of like underpriced, and this is one of them. I really like the white flare. Let's talk about what I picked this up for. Foil flare I picked up for $7. I just know that at some point people are going to be like, yeah dude, that card is good. Until end of turn, your life total can't change, and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. And for the small cost of sacking a token, a white or a sacking a non-token white creature, we could play it for free. Worst case scenario, we play it for 4. I like the card. I'm into the card. Set that over there. What are these? Oh God. Oh yeah, people are just going to be like, oh, okay, so Jake spec'd on the flare. Yeah, I bought more than just that. I bought 8 of these for $32 total. So let's get these out of here. God, I said I was done speccing cards. However, here we are. Yep, 8 of these. 32, so I paid $4 a card on this. I just really think the white flare is good. Let's set these to the side. Then I'll continue on. Ah! This is just the part of the video where we find all the flares. I went ahead and I bought this one as well for $12. Just like the effect. I like the effect. What is in here? Ah! This is the promo one. $9. Other than that, everything in here I'm pretty sure is just like stuff for the collection. Oh, Dreamtide Whale. I think this card is being slept on. I think it's extremely strong. It's proliferate whenever a player casts their second spell each turn. Proliferate. It's a 7/5 for 3 with Vanishing 2. I don't even care about the fact that it has an insane power and toughness. I just like the fact that it is able to keep the proliferation train moving, and it is a big beefy whale that can swing. And so I do feel like a card like this has some legs, or I guess I should say some fins. Another reef worm here, and then it looks like, you know, sometimes when you buy stuff online, people just give you random stuff. I didn't buy this, but this was sent as well with this reef worm, so I don't know why. Got a couple whales. Ah! Another flare! This one is the retro. What did I pay for the retro one? $6.49. You know, now that I've opened so many flares, I just want to see like what the current price on the white flare is. Just like want to look. Flare Fortitude. Oh God. Yeah, it's only $1 now. $2. So already lost money on those flares. Not bad. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I see near mint copies. And you know, near mint copies for 3. Borderless is pretty much the same price, $8.38. I'm seeing near mint for $8. Yeah, so I would just, I'm gonna hold on this. Literally, the card just came out. Modern Horizons 3 is being opened like crazy right now, so I'm not gonna let it worry me that these have gone down $1. Ah, Seeds of Innocence. Not gonna lie, there was a Yigra that was spoiled, and it combos nicely with this card. Just kind of reminded me that this old Mirage reserve list card is honestly not that bad. At a cost of 3, bury all artifacts. Sure, there's some significant life gain potential that is attached to this effect, but it's a very cheap cost to be able to wipe all the artifacts. I picked up all 3 of these at $9.39 total. So $3 a card here. Looks like they're all lightly played, and that is what the listing was for. All right. Finally, finding some cards that I got for decks. This old janky boy I bought for $3 for the foil, and I'm playing it in Imskir. Imskir has been extremely fun. Indestructible is pretty good in that because artifacts, once you start playing a lot of artifacts, you start seeing a lot of people play stuff like Vandal Blast and By Force. So having some stuff that's indestructible like this and Darksteel Citadel, that kind of stuff is going to end up being really good for you. And this thing will close out a game. Get that Defender Indestructible or that Indestructible 2020 swinging in. You can get that through with like a Rogue's Passage. You're in a really good place. So I bought that for a deck. Here, I'm going to put all these flares away because we see what these are. I'm just going to set these to the side. I will organize those at the end, but I want to be able to put some other cards over here, so put the Colossus there. Ah! The Reefworm meme continues to haunt me. God, I was really on a Reefworm kick. I was like, man, I went 6-0 with a black-blue Reefworm deck tonight in draft. I'm going to go buy those foil Reefworms because those are going to be good. I bought this for, God, $1.95. Really? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Jesus. So stupid. Some stuff that isn't pictured here. I did buy 4X Drossforge Bridge in foil for $2.80 with the thought being not only is that a pauper card, but also I did need a Drossforge Bridge for that indestructible red-black land for Imskir as well. Imskir is a really, really, really fun commander. Got foil Fiery Emancipation. I knew in Imskir because of the ability that if I was sacrificing like, you know, my Colossus of Akros, I want that to do triple to that opponent or creature instead. So if I am sacrificing this to Imskir's ability and I'm going to deal 8 to somebody, I'd rather just deal 24. Fiery Emancipation, if I'm in big mana, I'm already playing a deck with a bunch of mana rocks, I'm just going to run the Fiery Emancipation. This deck has been more fun for me than Karavik, which is like my bread and butter favorite Rakdos deck. And so I was like, I don't want Karavik to go out to pasture, so I'm just buying some extra copies of cards, more pimp versions, because I didn't have a foil Fiery Emancipation, and Wilds of Eldraine brought us all of these great, honestly great enchantments down to a cheap price, and so there's no time like the present to be picking up those. Love that effect. Oh, a commander that never got built. Poor Riku. You know what? I'm gonna build Riku, because I bought this with the intention of building it as a commander, and I never got to it. We got Riku, $3, and it is the pre-release version. I just like this. It's just fun. It's casual. It's janky, and that's what I'm about. A lot of people already know this on this channel, but I'm very much a Johnny player. Oh god, there's a couple of these in here too. Key to the Vault. I don't think I paid much for these, but did buy a couple things from Thunder Junction. Key to the Vault here. What would we have paid for this? I had one really good game with Key to the Vault, and so I decided to buy a couple copies of it. $2 for the foil extended key. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. You may cast the exile card without paying its mana cost. This card has never taken off, but I feel like it's good. Just like, wait a minute. So I'm going to deal damage, and then I'm going to dig that deep, however much damage I deal, and then I'm going to get to cast an online card for free. What is not to like about that? Trying to figure it out. I'm going to throw it in a deck and test it out more than just in limited, but I feel like it's a good effect. Forge. Pick this up, and I wish I had just bought the freaking D&D layer, man. Grab this for $15. And it's because the effect is just so good. It gets +2/+0 for each treasure you control. It has ward, where the person has to sack a creature just in order to target it. And whenever one or more players sacrifice one or more creatures, you create a tapped treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. I want to put this in a deck at some point into a commander deck, and I was like, I don't want that card to just keep creeping up in price. So I went ahead and I picked one up, bit the bullet. Eventually, I'm going to have to pick up probably all the other cards that came out of that layer. And this card. Well, this card is just great. Oh, thanks, Jacob. All right, here we go. 4 Aftermath Analyst. They just keep coming. That's what she said. Picked up 4 Aftermath Analyst because this card is just extremely strong. I have a copy of it in Carador, and then I saw that this card is played in some decks, and I was like, you know what? If it's played in constructed 60-card decks, then people see the power of it, and I want to go ahead and have a playset of them. Just because I feel like it's something that will be an effect that people like for years to come. The fact that you can instant speed sack it, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. If you're in like Dredge or something like that, hey Google. But yeah, 4X Aftermath Analyst, because I was like, these are just a good card that I want to have additional copies of in like a Dredge kind of effect, or like I'm dumping everything that I have into the graveyard. It might be good to sacrifice the Aftermath Analyst and get all of the lands back that are just piling up in there. We have another one here. Oh, let's do the prices on these. Yeah, there's so much stuff in here that I never did what I'm buying for. Foil Tarmogoyf. Okay, this is kind of funny. I bought my first foil showcase Tarmogoyf for $30 on March 13th. Then I got 2 more at 14 total, so it had dropped from 30 down to 7. Then I bought another one off of somebody for 10. So now I have 4 foil Tarmogoyf, the Scrounging Deathclaw version from Fallout. Aftermath Analyst. Okay, I bought 4 foil Aftermath Analyst for $18 total. And then I bought another one for $4.10. We'll have to check and see what the current price of Aftermath Analyst is, just for the sake of this moment. Yeah, I'm seeing foils at $4, so it's like right around what I paid for it. Some other stuff for decks. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. This is a card that has been... Let's get it out of there, because this top loader is honestly bumming me out. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Pretty much an essential card if you're playing Mill, and I haven't had these, so I finally started picking these up. Let's see what I bought this at. Foil extended for $6, and then there's going to be another one that I bought for $6, and then there's a regular foil that was bought for $4. People are going to be like, why are you buying foils if you're going to play them in constructed? I mean, I pretty much only ever play casually anyway, but is what it is. These are 2 Kappa Cannoneer. Getting a little bit of lag on the PC here. These are recent because this is Modern Horizons 3. So let's see what we paid for these. 2 of these for $9.40. This is the Retro Foil Kappa Cannoneer. Just wanted to pick these up because they're finally modern legal. And when this card came out in Commander originally, it had so much hype behind it. Yeah, I'm really interested to see, you know, if this card ends up taking off at some point in the future. Wanted to make sure I had a playset. I already have a couple other ones. Oh, finally. Yeah, I get to get this into Imskir as well. So Imskir is a demon that likes to die, and we've already talked about it a little bit. I picked up Ruthless Technomancer because now what's going to happen is I play Imskir. When it enters, I draw X and I lose X, where X is half of the artifacts I control rounded down. But if I play the Technomancer, now I can sacrifice Imskir. I'm going to get 5 treasure for Imskir, and that's if Imskir is unequipped. If Imskir is, you know, has a cranial plating on it or something like that, well, it's going to be an entirely different story. So I'll play Technomancer, sacrifice Imskir, get a pile of treasure, and then play Imskir again for 2 because we're just upping our artifact count. So this card is just absolute gas, and so I wanted to have a foil of it. Very cool card. It also has another effect on it. Sack X artifacts, return target creature card with power X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. X can't be 0. The deck runs stuff like Worm Coil Engine and other very powerful artifacts, and so having that little extra ability on it seems pretty fun too. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, we already talked about this. Bought this at 6. That Technomancer was picked up at $8. Clown Car! It says 10. Did I buy it for 10? What did I buy it for? I bought a Clown Car months ago and then I never got it. And so I was like, I'm finally buying the Clown Car. This is a card that was picked up for Magda. It's a card that if I ever want to play that deck, I want to have it. And so I picked up the Galaxy foil of Clown Car and I bought it for $9.95. So yeah, just under $10 for Clown Car. When it enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. For each odd result, create X 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. For each even result, put a 1/1 counter on Clown Car. So yeah, it honestly is not bad for Imskir. Now that I'm reading it, I'm like, wait a minute. Whenever it enters the battlefield, roll X 6-sided dice. For each odd result, create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. And for each even result, put a 1/1 counter on it. Yeah, it's honestly not that bad. And it has crew 2. Key to the city. Key to the vault. Key to the vault. Ah, Scrap Welder. Sacrifice an artifact with mana value X. Return target artifact card with mana value less than X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. Grab the Scrap Welder. And, oh, I bought a Nut Collector as well because Squirrels Matters and Bloomburrow. So I wanted to have this card just in case. But Scrap Welder was picked up. These must have just been from the same seller. So that makes sense. Grab this because it's very good in Imskir and it's another goblin that I needed to have. And so just filling out that deck. Very fun card here. Let's see what I paid for it. Scrap Welder was picked up for 99 cents. Neon Dynasty, man. These sets, they have these little secret pieces in them that are extremely good. Nut Collector was picked up for 99 cents as well for the retro foil. And then finally Chatterfang as well. I wanted to get the retro foil Chatterfang, ended up paying $16 for this. I'm pretty sure that we got a reprint, but I did want to pick up this version just because I am a fan of the retro foil stuff. Big thank you to all of our patrons. You see the names, they're scrolling by. Hope you enjoyed this, what I'm buying, catching up on what I picked up. We have the Dreamtide whales here, which were kind of a spec. There's some Reefworms in there that are kind of a meme. Key to the Vault, which is a card that I think is unproven but good. One spec in here, which is the Flare of Fortitude, which, you know, I already talked at length about why I like this card. We have some other stuff in there that's some Squirrels Matters pieces, some Mill Matters pieces with Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but some other like deck stuff. You know, we got a commander that hasn't been built, some stuff that's just underpriced that I decided to pick up. Picked up the foil Near Mint tree for $5, and just some other stuff that's like good and cool. Got the Wooded Foothills, got the Bird of Paradise foil, Doubling Season because that's just a strong card. A lot of fun stuff in here. There was one more thing that wasn't pictured, and it was just because I put it right into a deck, Parallel Lives from Innistrad. I bought moderately played at $21, and I put it right into an Azlask deck. I've really enjoyed Azlask as well. I'm building decks pretty frequently these days. Riku will be on the horizon because I did buy this when Thunder Junction came out. I was like, this looks so fun. It just plays a bunch of modes. And then I bought like Planewide Celebration and a bunch of other cards like that I never got around to. But yeah, you see the names scrolling. Those are patrons at the Enthusiast level or higher, meaning the $10 level or higher. We appreciate all of you so much. Your support goes a long way. Thank you for watching this What I'm Buying. It's been a minute since I've done one, but these are always super fun. So hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, we'll see you later. Goodbye.